Hello and welcome to my weekly video blog, and today on A Vogel I'm going to talk about second-hand stress in the perimenopause and menopause and why you can become more susceptible to it. If you like my tips and advice, then please subscribe and remember to hit the bell icon so you can be notified of all my new videos. Did you know that stress is contagious? And especially going through the menopause, so many women tell me they experience stress and anxiety. But if your stress and anxiety is getting worse, did you not realise that it could actually be somebody else that's triggering this? So what I'm going to look at today is why this can make you more susceptible and also what you can do to help yourself. So stress and anxiety is probably one of the most common symptoms in the menopause, and the majority of women will experience it to some degree at some point along the way. So what we need to do is look at how anxiety can affect you. So one of the main ways is that your nervous system just struggles with absolutely everything. And you may find that things that years ago just didn't focus on your radar, now they're causing you a lot of anxiety and stress. You may find that you worry about things a lot more. You may find that your level of anxiety is much lower. So you get stressed with things at a much lower level again than what you used to before. You may find you're getting more impatient, you're getting the panic attacks, you're also getting the palpitations as well. So we know too that our stress response, we tend to cope less well, and this can also happen when other people around us are getting stressed, and that can affect us in lots of different ways without you actually realising what's going on. So what is second-hand stress? So basically it's other people in our own environment that are stressed in some way themselves, but that stress is then almost transferring itself onto us. Now our bodies are hardwired to protect us, so our body keeps an eye on potential danger that's around all the time. Now, in millennia gone by, it would be wild animals and maybe other people coming to threaten us. But today our stress levels are very different. So we're more stressed with day-to-day life, but our nervous system still responds in exactly the same way. So if it hears a raised voice, or you get the feeling of someone being a lot more impatient or somebody shouting at you, your brain goes into survival mode, and that survival mode triggers the flight or fight. So your body thinks there's an immediate stress. So you go into this almost a panic mode yourself. You can get the palpitations, you can get the shallow, swift breathing. And then you're wondering, what on earth is going on? I've just had a panic attack, and there's nothing that you can see that's doing this. So where can this be? So one of the most common situations that people tell me is that it's to do with work. If you're in an environment where other colleagues are stressed, maybe you've got a demanding boss, maybe you've got someone that's shouting at you, maybe there's a lot of busyness going on, and you may be struggling to keep up. So you can get that flight or fight mode from the colleagues around you as well. It could even be, somebody you're in a supermarket queue and somebody behind you is just huffing and puffing, and suddenly you can feel yourself going into a defensive mode, even though you don't know who's behind you. You can feel their anger and their impatience, and you immediately tighten up as well. So you're going into that survival mode just because someone else is maybe in a little bit of a rush. It can be your family, and this is a really common one, all the different dynamics that are going on if other people in the family are stressed. If friends are stressed as well, you very often as women, we are the listening post for other people. So, other people can dump their problems onto us, and we then end up picking up their stress and anxiety. And one of the worst things, unfortunately, is for those of you that have teenagers. So you can just imagine that there's teenagers going through puberty and all the hormonal angst that's creating, and you're going through the same thing in a way yourself. So there's obviously a lot of tension can build up. And interestingly as well, A. Vogel did a survey on stress and secondhand stress, and they found that 3 in 10 parents were more stressed than their teenagers when their teenagers were doing exams. So you become more worried about what's going on with your family, even if they're not as worried as you are. So secondhand stress can sometimes be a minor trigger for the person concerned, but you're picking it up and magnifying it yourself. So it's vital to support your nervous system. And I know I'm always going on about this, but our nervous system creeps into so many symptoms going through the menopause that the more we can do to support it, the better. So you can look at things like magnesium, really important for the nervous system. You can top up the magnesium with our menopause support. Do that relaxation. Remember, it's so important to get me time. You need to look after yourself, so get that me time. You can also take something like a passion flower and lemon balm spray around with you. That's something that you can just, every time you feel a bit anxious, if you've got the huffy person behind you in the supermarket. So this is in a spray form. You just carry it around in your bag and use it when you feel that you need a little bit of something extra. Do the deep breathing. So many people tell me that it really helps to get you back in control of your own emotions, even if someone is sounding off all around you as well. Also try to recognize who's doing this to you. Is it somebody that needs to be in your life? And I know quite a lot of women tell me that they actually give up friends and walk away from friends who are really stressing them and demanding too much of them. So if you're aware of the person who's creating this in you, you can be more prepared. If it's someone at work, then you can do the deep breathing, you can take the passion flower spray, you can do lots of things to protect yourself so that other person's negativity and stress isn't impacting on you as much as possible. But also accept that the other person might be having a hard time. You know, we're all too quick to jump into, I do it myself, someone's annoying me, and you automatically go into that defensive mode without thinking, well, maybe they're having a really hard day. Maybe something's happened in their life and they're reacting to that. So if you feel strong enough, why not maybe just ask them, do you need a little talk? Are you okay? Do you need help with anything? And sometimes that kind of breaks this toing and froing of energy and angst that's going on. But the really important thing here is don't sacrifice yourself for the other person. That's really important. You know, you can go too far. So be compassionate, but make sure that you still put yourself first and protect yourself first of all, because that can go a long way to helping you to cope better. So hopefully that this one has been of help for you. And I think, and it wasn't until I actually started looking into this one that you suddenly realize just how many people in your life can impact on your mood. So this is a good one to actually take maybe half an hour one day when you've got a little bit of peace and quiet, and just look at all the people in your life who may be impacting on your mood. And it's actually quite staggering. Although I must say, I am very lucky that this does not happen at work. For me, it tends to be more the huffing and puffing person in the queue behind me at the supermarket. But it's a really good exercise to do just to help you to cope that little bit better with everything that's going on in our lives today. If any of you have any tips or hints about this, anything that's really helped you to do with people that maybe have been stressing you too much, please share it. We'd love to hear all your stories. And until next week, thank you, and I'll see you then.